So we got up early to enjoy the beach while the tide's out so we can get on it. So something's just struck me, or in the last day or so, how many people say, I'm autistic, I'm ADHD, I this, I that, and label their psychologies or the way their mind is functioning or the way they're thinking. And a lot of it is actually exactly replicant of me. However, I don't wish to label anything in case I put a wall around it and set it in stone. Do you understand? So I work with dogs psychologically, and I work with dogs that are struggling. Okay, so you could say that their psychology is not typical, not neurotypical. And I've certainly worked with dogs where vets have actually stated to the owner that there's nothing you can do about that dog, it's just mental. And the dog wasn't mental, it was normal. It just was being misunderstood and mishandled, mistreated. Not in an angry, people think that it's a bad way when people mistreat. Do you know what? You can kill your dog with love, psychologically. So I'm not talking about beating and all those things. I'm talking about regular home life. You can get psychologically your head done in as a dog, trying to live a human life in a human world because you're expected to be a teddy or a toy, but actually you're a living, breathing, thinking, feeling, spiritually connected, instinctively driven, full-on, brilliant animal. Okay, so I'm now thinking, all this self-labelling that people are doing, it's almost like someone said to me, oh, don't worry about me, it's because I'm ADHD. And I thought, well, I don't care what you are. I actually like you as a person. I respect the words that you're saying. So it means nothing to me. But what it means to that person is they're excusing something that they believe is not typical. So they're making an excuse for a behaviour they believe is not typical, i.e. not normal, and therefore putting themselves in a situation where they go, oh, I'm different to everyone else because of this. Right, here's some news. We're all different to each other because we're individuals, we have characters, we are all special, we're all meant to be here. There's a purpose for every single one of us. With us, as is with the dogs, there is a reason for every one of us to be here. And if we were all the same, I mean, I'm not being funny, but don't people have a low opinion of sheep? And I'm thinking, now sheep are really clever as well. And if you've got an independent thinking sheep, wow, you really have some kind of animal there. So do people want to class themselves or behave as if they're sheep, that we're all the same or all normal? Now, in my lifetime of the last 50 years, I'd say if the human behaviours, I haven't shown you any dogs, there's two. They're a little bit camouflage. Oh, because it's the beach and their colour. If we were all the same, how would we be creative? Yeah? So, here's my opinion. If I believe we're like dogs, we're not that dissimilar. So, I believe that if we label a dog as mental, we're going to go and kill it. We're going to take it to the vet, we're going to pay money, and we're going to kill it. And that dog was normal, it was just stressed, or it was under a high, intense mental frustration, or it couldn't quite get the balance because the mind was out of sync. That's down to trust and respect. That alone is nothing. It's basic. Trust and respect is a unity between everything. So putting that on people, if someone is to label themselves, or dare I say be labelled by somebody else, have we not boxed them just like we did with sending the dog to the vet for being mental just because we didn't know what was going on with it? So I think that for a start, ADHD, or people that are saying they are ADHD or being told they're ADHD, and the same with autism, what I have noticed is those people, they may well be highly strung, they may well be driven in a different way, but you know what, it's not an illness and it's not a sickness, it's a gift. Every autistic person that I've met, and I've met a lot, and I know it's a big spectrum, but there's something extremely special. And I look in their eyes, they've got some sparkle in there. They're hypersensitive, which neurotypical people don't appreciate always. And I think they're living in the light and they're living in the gift. ADHD, high function mentality. If you've got that much going on in your mind that you're busy and you're frantic and all that, your mind's coping with a lot. Well, maybe it wants to. Maybe it wants to be tuned into everything around it. And the issue is not the mind. The issue is the environment in which the mind is sitting. Okay, so you could bring anyone here without the hubbub of other people's thoughts, feelings and all of that stuff and the energies whizzing around, and you could be highly creative and feel human. So I applaud ADHD, I applaud autistic, I applaud those that don't label themselves and that do label themselves. And you know what, we're all here for a reason. We all have characters, we all have purpose, we all have something in us to give and to share. So please, let's be a little less dramatic about the labelling and the psychology, lest we make it into something bigger than it isn't. And you know what? There's one thing none of us need, ADHD, autistic, neurotypical, none of us need unnecessary drama. And I see a lot of that coming about. So let's applaud our differences. Okay, it's not just skin colour that's different. We're all different in loads of different ways. So as long as you're a nice person and you mean no harm, you're perfect. All right, take care. I know it's a bit funny having a bubble hat in winter, but I got up at 5:30 because I couldn't miss this, could I? All right, take care, guys. Enjoy your dogs. Enjoy your day.